Welcome to Niger Property Insider, where we go and search out from the dark corners of the real estate market to get how scammers do scam investors. I remain Engineer Obi, your broadcast host, and I'm going to take you everywhere around this corner and make sure that you get the right thing, okay? So stay tuned as we get this gist. Very well. So today we'll be handling why real estate scams are so much in everywhere here in Nigeria, and it's going to be 12 to 15 minutes, so just stay tuned and get the best of it, okay? So right here, we'll start with the topic that says Lagos Land Rush Part 7. Okay, so if you've been listening to my video previously, I've actually been tackling this term we call scammers. Now, I'm so particular about it because I've had issues and my clients have complained to me, even though some have written to me via this TV page. They've actually asked questions that have really turned me on to make me understand that, wow, this has really been a problem for investors. Why diaspora clients mostly, they are scared of investing. I'm going to touch those points. So relax, let's get this done. Now remember, if you have actually paid money for properties at Lekki, Ebe, Ikoyi, places with luxury and premium properties, and you've not actually gotten your money back or response, you're part of this. Or maybe you've actually queued into properties or luxurious properties that have been photoshopped. You should be here. Call them, tell them to come, because this is going to be a very wonderful topic. So today we're going to be exposing all these real estate scams, all these real estates that call themselves real estate, but really they are scams. So we're going to expose them today so that you watching this video can never be one of another of their statistics. Let's go. According to Financial Crime Commission of Nigeria, they have actually reported that fraudulence has been of high rate in Nigeria since last year, and that's billions of naira lost. You can imagine. And these billions of naira were lost through, number one, at the Omonile. Most of us might not know what is Omonile is. It's a Yoruba language called, or should I say Yoruba language for those scammers. We call them village scammers. Those that say, now we get land, our papa get land, all those stuff. Those people are number one scammers that they have actually taken much money from investors. Now, imagine people selling a particular land to 10 different persons and 10 different estates. But the real fact is that it's happening here in Lagos, particularly among those here in these axis. This thing has become a very serious issue. So we are going to expose them and what and how they function. And the second part of it is the ghost estates. This particular one really got to realtors all over Nigeria and in diaspora. But most of them that always just rush to any estate they see. Bam! This one they are selling, they push one estate. They are all there. They've gathered polo shirts, face cap, and the rest. Man, this one are for now because it's going to really get hard. Nowadays, so many of our realtors are so into what they're going to get, not just because of the quality of the estate, not even verifying if these properties are of well documented or that this property was purchased from the right owners. So what they do is that they just get into there and start, making videos selling this very fake property to their clients. And you know what this can cause? This can alter their trust, not knowing to them that they are actually selling properties that are not real. So these are scams that we're going to expose. Now the third one is the forgery. Forgery these aspects are where investors actually fall the victim most, because they are being given documents that look alike like the real one. Yes, it's real. It has the same stamp, the same signature. But remember that this can be forged. We are in Nigeria where all these things are very easy to. It just means you to learn and get it done. So these are scams that I'm going to expose here on this particular day. So just last month, about 200 families in Abuja actually found out that they've been building house on a land that doesn't belong to them, that actually belongs to the military. You can imagine. And that's billions of naira. And now the seller is at large with 800 million naira. So many people watching this video, maybe your uncle or relative or you yourself must have fallen a victim. And this is why I have taken it up to my mind to make sure that you don't fall a victim next time, or someone watching this video. Because who gets scammed most? That's another topic I would like us to touch on. Who gets scammed most? The truth is that nobody is in avoidance of this. As far as you're an investor and you're someone that have this mindset of building the future today, you are not out of it, because these things are very, very common here in Nigeria, and everybody, mostly 70% of investors, have already fallen victim. And some, as I'm talking to you, they're actually paying to the wrong account, or actually buying a property that is photoshopped. You get it? So we have to send this to everyone watching this video. Now, I will start with one point of who gets scammed most. Now, from this first point down to the last, just at the second to the last, that's the main point. So just pay attentive and get the point. Scammers target 3 particular hawkers in the industry. 3. I'll mention the 3 of them as we move. And the 3 of them are: 1, we call them the Japa investors. Japa investors are, in English, we call them the diaspora client. Are you living in UK, Canada, Japan, or anywhere in the world, and you have thought of investing here in your country? This particular topic is basically for you, because you're not here. You might be investing with the mindset to get a return on investment. Meanwhile, you're actually paying to the wrong account, or actually buying a product that is not even existing. The second one are the first-time buyers. In this particular stage, it is very difficult for you to be able to decipher between the original and the. I'll use for example of one of my very, very good clients that bought almost a property of almost $1 million from someone that he met online. Being the fact that this is the first time of him investing in Nigeria, he took it upon himself to say, okay, after much discussion between both of them, exchanging pictures and videos, he decided to trust this guy, and we paid in half of the money, about $500,000, and the realtor or the agent was actually asking him to pay up, that this company that they want to sell it off, that all those FOMO of the marketing strategy we call FOMO, that's fear of missing out in this particular product. It's something that triggered the man. He had to pay up the remaining $500. This was the worst mistake he made, and immediately after he paid that money, the next thing, he was actually blocked, and the next thing, that account was not existing. Before he could do his investigation and all those things, it amounted that it was actually a fake account, and the property was not actually existing. And it actually touched my heart. But I asked him something: how can you pay such amount of money without verification, without proper verification? That person you're actually talking to might be a robot, okay, or it might even be a human being but impersonating. So these are things that we need to look into and make sure that nobody falls a victim and nobody falls an instant in these statistics. Now, the third one are the quick rich chasers. I know why I call them the quick rich chasers, because those are the people that fall victim for Ponzi. A marketer comes up to you and tell you, buy this property in 3 months, you will get times 2 of the money. That's not true. No. Even here at the Dejuleki, that's an area or location that actually had an ROI over 1,000%, which has never happened in the whole world. So that area, even you can't get that return in 3 months. So it is impossible. But some people fall victim of this because they are so greedy. They actually want to get this money in a very fast way. But in this way, you have to know that such kind of marketing is very wrong. You cannot get this ROI within 3 months. It's not possible. Even if you're a magician, you can't get this right. So we have to make sure that you don't fall victim for such kind of marketers that are very sweet mouthing, but watch what they say, listen. Try to always have a second thought, research. Okay, this page is open for those questions that have been up to in your mind or you've been having doubt about. Feel free on the comment section and make sure that all your questions are cleared there. I will be here live and direct to clear it there. If you are not satisfied with maybe my answers online, reply you from the comment section. I'll be here to tackle all those answers. Okay, now the third topic today is, why will this keep happening? Now, remember I said earlier on that this is going to be a question. As you listen to this video, be asking yourself these questions. As an investor, if you have not actually come across these issues, fine for you. But there is someone out there I'm reaching out to that you must have fallen a victim. Why this video is going on, why you're listening, just go on and ask yourself questions And feel free to always comment your idea on the comment section. I'll be very, very much happy to respond to every of your questions. Okay. Now, the problem about this, why this keep happening, is because in Nigeria we have this law enforcement talk about family. He's my brother. He's this one. Is my friend. I've known him for quite a long time. Blah blah blah. Stuff like that. It doesn't work. Now we have some questions I'm going to ask you, and these questions are what causes this scam most. Because the truth is that for someone to scam you, hello, he got your contact from someone that knows you. That's true. If you don't know, nobody that doesn't know you from anywhere can just come up to you. No, someone that wants to get an information from you has to get through someone that is very close to you. That's true. In case you're asking yourself the question, it might be that your brother, it might be that your cousin, it might be that your uncle, it might be that your papa, that old man in your village. He might be the one working all this out. Number one of these points to consider is family pressure. Now, maybe as a diaspora client, I'm actually focusing on diaspora client because this is actually where this point starts for them, where they get it wrong. Okay, your uncle might be someone that, you have actually made mention of investing in Nigeria, and he has given you options of investing here and there. Because he's your uncle does not mean that land is genuine. Hello? It doesn't mean. Because that your uncle loves money and everybody is open to what's coming. Because the truth is that once you're not here, what you don't know, what you don't see is something that is much more than you. So that is a point you need to consider. Because this person is your brother, because this person is your cousin, because he's actually related to you, does not mean that property is legit. Now, the second point is due diligence. Now, due diligence is very important. For you to be able to ascertain that this document is real, you have to go for what they call vetting. You have to go to the ministry that are responsible for handling this particular documentation. It's not that big. Most of us are so lazy about it. That's why I call it the due diligence laziness. You have some of us, most investors are so lazy that, I don't have time to go to, let me use Lagos for example. I don't have time to go to Alausa and to verify this particular document. Why would you not? As a diaspora client, all you have to do is you go online, you Google, you can see every information you want on Google. Thank God for Google. You can get every answers you want. From there, you can be able to, get some numbers. You can ask questions, send coordinate numbers, or send, the necessary information to make sure that you get the right answers. The truth is that they are fake documents. I've made mention of this earlier on. Fake documents always look like the real one. There's nothing written fake on it. Everything written on it is original till you fall a victim. So make sure you do your due diligence to get the documentation right. Now, the last point on this is what I call the big man fallacy. The big man fallacy is what it is. Now, because this guy is driving a nice car, he dresses well, he's on tie, he's on good shirt, he's wearing a good polo, he's looking fresh, fresh skin. And so what? Does that make his property genuine? No. That's where this diaspora client fall a victim. Okay, because this guy pitched a product to you and you decided to check his profile and you're seeing him on different places, he's wearing good clothes, you've forgotten that these things can be staged. Okay, these things can be, that's why I call it the big man fallacy. The big man fallacy, understand, is that once you're looking good, you drive a good car, you go to good places, that you're genuine. That's lie. Because the truth is that everybody has to look like what they sell. Okay, so for them to look like what they sell, they scam. So you have to overlook the look. The look is very nice, but you have to overlook the look. Go beyond that and make your necessary research. These questions I asked you now, but I know most of you might be asking, how do I get to know the real one? How do I go? Ask your questions and I will answer you. Okay,